Hello, thank you for checking out Mr. Webb's videos. And today we're looking at translations. And in this video, we're going to be doing solving problems. Not sure if it's going to take two videos, but here we go. All right, so let's take a look. All right, here we have a problem. It says a checker player piece begins at K and through a series of moves lands on L. What translation vector represents the path from K to L? Keep in mind, we're going from K to L. Alright, so we want the vector. We want to know what number goes here in the vector and what number goes here. So remember, the number on the left goes left and right, and the number on the right goes up and down. So since we're going from K to L, from here to here, we're going to track a path from K to L. So think, what number goes for this to go from here to here? What number goes in this box here? So if you said -4, that'll be right. You're going to the left 4. All right. Now, what number goes here in this box? If you said 6, 6 will be correct. You go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the vector is going to be -4, 6. Let's take a look at another one. Okay, here it gives you a preimage of M, or it says the preimage of M with this little mark over here has coordinates of -6, 5. So this is the image. The preimage doesn't have the mark. So they're telling you that the old coordinates for M is -6, 5. Okay? And it says, what is the vector that translates MNP to MNP? So understand that this is the new image. This is the image. We want to know what was the image before they translated. And actually, we don't need the whole image. We just need to know what M is. Okay? So first, can you tell me what this point is? See if you can write down this point. Okay, you should get -3, -4. Alright, so the next thing I want you to do is see if you can figure out where -6, 5 is. Where's -6, 5? Find that point. Alright, it should be here. It is off the graph a little bit, but this is the point. Alright, now think, what vector do I need to do to move this point to this point? So how far this way and how far this way? And what numbers do I use? What numbers go here and here? Okay, you should get these numbers, 3 and 9. 3 and 9 is the numbers you should get. Now all we got to do is write the vector. So what numbers go here and here? Okay, so if you put 3 and 9, that's wrong. It should be 3 and -9 because you went down. Make sure you put -9. All right, let's take a look at another one. Okay, in a quilt pattern, a polygon has vertices of 3, -2, 7, -1, 9, -5, and 5, -6. It is translated repeatedly over the vector 4, 5. So they translate it 4, 5, then they translate it again 4, 5, then they translate it again. Okay, so what they want to know is what are the coordinates of the pattern on the third polygon in the pattern. So this is the first one, right? They want to know the third one. After you translated 4 and 5, then translate it again 4 and 5, what is the coordinates? So we're going to work through this piece by piece, step by step. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite all the coordinates. 3, -2, 7, -1, 9, -5, 5, -6. All right. Now, what I want to do is apply this 4, 5 vector. If I apply the 4, 5 to this, which means go to the right 4 and up 5, what would this coordinate be? You should get 7 and 3. All right. See what the next coordinate would be. If you apply the 4 and 5 to 7 and -1, what would that be? All right. You should get 11 and 4. 11 and 4. Now, if we apply it to 9 and -5, what would that be? All right, you should get 13 and 0. 13 and 0. All right, what do we get when we apply it to 5 and -6? Okay, we should get 9 and -1. 9 and -1. All right, so we're almost there. Now, we did it once. Now we're going to get to the third one, so we're going to apply the 4, 5 again to our new coordinates here. So this would be the image. I'm sorry, this would be the pre-image in black. This would be the new image in blue. And then the third one, which I have 2 marks on it, is going to be here in red. So what do you get for the first one here? All right, you should get 11 and 8. 11 and 8. All right, what do you get for the next one? All right, you should get 15 and 9. 15 and 9. What do you get for the next one here? All right, you should get 17 and 5. 17 and 5. Okay, what do we get for the last one? You should get 13 and 4. 13 and 4. And all we did is just add 4 and 5 to corresponding coordinate. All right, let's take a look at one more problem. All right, a group of hikers walked 2 miles east and 1 mile north. After taking a break, they then walked 4 miles east and set up camp. What vector describes the hike from the starting position to the camp? Let one unit represent 1 mile. Okay, so every time we do a unit, it's 1 mile, or every mile is 1 unit. So the first thing we got to do is figure out north, east, west, and south. So see if you could tell which one is north, south, east, or west. So you go put the letter to the right one. You don't have to write all of this, but just tell me, put what letter goes here, either N, S, E, or W in each one of these spots. I'm going to give you a minute to do that. Okay, you should get this: north, south, east, and west. All right, now that should help us a little bit. So let's take a look and see what else we got here. So we got 2 miles east. Which direction would that be? It's going to go up, down, left, or right? It's 2 miles this way. 2 miles this way. Now, let's take a look at this. 1 mile north. Which way would that go? If you said 1 mile up, that would be correct. All right. Now, one more time. 4 miles east. Which way would that go? All right. It should be to the right. Okay. So, let's take a look at our vector. The vector, the first part of the vector goes left and right, and the second part goes up and down. Okay, what number should go here for the vector, and what number should go here? Now keep in mind, we want to use the total amount that we traveled, because it says from their starting position to their camp. All right, if you put 6 and 1, that's correct. You're going to take the 2 and the 4, add it together to get 6. That's the 1, and it's going to be positive because we're going to the right. And then here we went up 1 mile north, so that's just going to be 1 here. And that's it. That is translations with problem solving. I want to thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. Have a nice day.